My man, what up? What up? What's going on with y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right. Let me get you in here, Taquan. All right. So today, how y'all feeling? Of course, it's your host A6. Wanted to start a live today. Let's see how we do this here. My man Taquan. All right. So let's see. I'm new to this whole setup. I'm trying to get you invited in here. I'm gonna put the joint right here. Hold on. Copy. All right. I'm gonna post a link right here. You slide up in this joint so we can start talking about this Second Amendment real quick. All right, yeah. So today, basically, we're gonna be talking about foreign nationals, American nationals, and the Second Amendment. God damn it! Hold on a sec. Yo.
You just called me?
Yeah, I was calling you to see how to set this up. Come on the live now. This is the finest thing walking. We trying to set this up real quick. So I got the my man's here in the chat.
Oh, you already got the live started and shit?
Yeah, yeah.
You already got it live on YouTube too?
Yeah, I'm on just on the StreamYard joint.
Oh no, if you just on the StreamYard, then I gotta start up the StreamYard and then I invite y'all both to it and then start it up on the tube.
Okay.
Yo,
right. Yes,
Tell me
right
like what
what's
you
up, bro?
want the title of the StreamYard to be called, like A6 Grind Time and blah 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 or what?
Yeah, it's basically just Second Amendment for Second Amendment and foreign nationals, pretty much.
Alright,
You said what?
And I'm gonna send you the link and then shit y'all can get.
Hold on, 1 second, 1 second. Put this on.
Yo, my bad, man. I'm trying to set this up. We trying to get it streamed so we get as many views as possible. Because, you know, his page got a little more followers than I got. Yeah, we just trying to get the message out. So, hold on. Let me try to set me to do it now. Ain't really nobody. People still coming in the room anyway, so we still setting up just about. How you feeling today, brother?
Man, still messed up after that whole little accident and everything, but I'm cool for the most of it.
I know you said you fell off the joint, man. You good? You ain't break nothing like that, right?
Yeah. Hello, you said what?
I said you didn't break anything, right?
No, yeah, I had broke my ribs, fractured my skull, and I had bust my kneecaps and everything. And when we get, to this now, I'm gonna explain everything because I actually know what happened, but it just like it's many different scenarios that I can bring up in this conversation. What might lead to like my arrest and everything. So.
All right, cool. Yeah, because I was thinking about the whole entire thing myself, and I'm like, yo, there's got to be a different set of rules. But they ain't going to acknowledge it.
I know it's kind of staticky a little bit. Let me see. Hold on, let me exit out these apps. Yeah, you hear me now?
I can hear you perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a little staticky. Let me see. Can I reload it?
My side staticky, you said? You got to jump back in.
All right.
That's good.
Yeah, it's perfect now. Yeah.
Wait for him to set this joint up. Anyway, how's everybody else feeling in the chat, man? Y'all good? How's everybody doing today? Pretty good weather on the East Coast. I don't know where y'all at, man. Sun was shining. I was feeling real optimistic. A lot of people were. Felt like a Friday today, man. Really. You know, just moving around. The energy was pretty good. Nice. Want to keep that mental positive, man. When you keep that mental positive, you can pretty much try to move around freely, you know?
Yeah. Man, it's crazy. Let me actually open this stuff up.
What's up, Yosef?
This is what are the rest papers Guys, right here. I'll put everything right here. Now this the driver's license situation.
Okay.
Let's see. To get all this stuff together. I got explain. It's crazy. Okay. Here you go, right here. The rest affidavit. Let me see.
All right, so I mean, I ain't get no link yet. So, do you want to move forward with this or what?
Yeah, we can talk about it right now. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so for everybody watching, we've been talking about the Second Amendment, and we've been talking about how police officers tend to view everybody as U.S. citizens when it comes to the Second Amendment, because a lot of people see people with a gun as dangerous and out to hurt somebody, and the original intention for the Second Amendment was protection, to protect yourself. Because if you don't have yourself protected, you can best believe whoever's out there and has negative intentions, they can be out there to do you some harm. With that said, it's been a big taboo in a lot of different states. States like Texas, states like Florida, states like Arkansas. Actually, not Arkansas. It pretty much be Arizona, as a matter of fact. Republican states, they're real Second Amendment friendly. So, like a lot of times, you don't really have to worry about your Second Amendment getting trampled on in states like that. But in states like I live in, which is Maryland, basically, you got states like I would say what is it? What's another one? Real
Well, like
Democrat.
Illinois,
New York's another
New
one.
York. Yeah.
Illinois, all those states pretty much that are heavily restricted on the Second Amendment, pretty much. Those are states where you might be given some trouble, even as an American national, because they'll try to pull you in their jurisdiction a little harder. Because guns are seen as something you're not supposed to have. If you're a police officer, basically, you're really the only person that's supposed to have a gun. So, or one of the people. So, with that said, my man here is going to tell us what happened with him. You saw what happened with me in the stop. Why I basically told him I had the permit because I got yanked out of the car pretty much, and they were overstepping anyway. So it being my first stop, I said, let me just give him the permit. I ain't really prepared for court or anything like that. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do that and roll with it. But my man here had a whole different situation.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. What's up, y'all? I'm Taquan. Basically, I got charged for a firearm, but this had happened to rewind everything. So I was selling a bike. It was about 8:30 at night, and I guess the person didn't want to buy the bike, so I was heading back. I live in Orlando, but I took the bike to Christmas, Florida. Now I was driving on some dark ass road. It was like 8:30 touching 9:30. I mean 8:30 to 9 o'clock, and so I'm just driving. A car came behind me, flying like at least 60 miles an hour, smacked me from behind. But I had a tall bike and everything, knocked me off the bike. I was unconscious, didn't realize what was going on, and then the paramedics came. They was trying to wake me up and everything. So once I was asleep and whatever, the police took the gun from my pocket. I didn't feel it because they cut up my shorts and they took the gun. So fast forward, I went to the hospital, and while I was waking up, going to sleep, waking up, going to sleep, she asked me for my mailing address, and I told her my mailing address was in care of, and I said my Florida address in Orlando. So now, remind you, she asked for my mailing address. So the sheriffs came in, and I guess he had my passport because I was asking her where my ID. She told me the sheriffs took it. So I'm like, okay. And I know they got my gun because I'm like, my gun was right in my left pocket. It was a 9mm Taurus G2C. So they said, okay, we found your firearm and everything. We got your firearm and we got your ID. And I said, oh, okay, so did you run it and see everything was good? He said, you know you a convicted felon, right? I'm thinking my man, I'm like, did you actually run my passport? Because he told me an address that I had years back that I never even registered none with. When I caught the felony, I paroled to that address. He told me an address all the way back in Illinois because I'm from Chicago originally. So he told me an address from Illinois. So I'm like, a double felon. Like, okay, you know, like, you sure you ain't ran the passport and seen, you know, restricted, do not detain, do not arrest. Now I'm in full alert now, right now. I'm not sleeping or nothing. I'm in full alert. I know what's going on. I'm like, you didn't run it. He said, I didn't see any of that stuff pop up. Your information popped up. And I'm saying, if my information popped up, why did you tell me an address that was in Robbins? And also, my address popped up. Why would the hospital come and ask me what's my mailing address? Because they wanted to get the mailing address from the nurses, so the nurses can give the mailing address to the police, and the police use that, I guess, as my address. And they told me, fast forward, I told them I don't want to be at the hospital anymore, and they said, okay, you're gonna be arrested. What? I was arrested. Yep, I was arrested. So they took me to the Orlando police, Cook County, the Cook County of Orange County. That's where I'm at. So they took me to the jail. They told me my bond was gonna be $12,000 D. And okay, so fast forward it. Yeah, so I went to court the next morning, and I told them. He read out my charges. He said, Mr. Williams, you a convicted felon. You in possession of a firearm. And I asked the judge, I said, Your Honor, are you going to honor your oath of office and uphold the United States of America Constitution? He said, yes. I said, Your Honor, I said, in the case of Sherrod versus Cullen, for a crime to exist, there must be an injured party, corpus delicti. There can be no sanction or penalty imposed on one because of the exercise of a constitutional right. Mm-hmm. I also mentioned to the judge, I said, Your Honor, for the record, Article 4, Section 4 declares every state shall be a union, republic, and form of government. Now, I know that the wards that's all the way in the courtroom, because you got the guards on the right, you got the state's attorney, and you got my so-called public defender. So, they didn't let nobody in because this COVID season or whatever the case might be. So
you were in court by yourself?
Yeah. Like, I was in court by
myself. That means they were trying you, yo.
Yeah, but this the thing, you know, nobody from the outside could come in, period. So they asked me, do I want to go to court? They said, Mr. Williams, do you want to go to court? I said, yeah, I'll go to court. Come on. Because shit, ain't really matter. So I guess, you know, down the line, I'm telling him I'm bringing up the Constitution. I also declared, you know, my status in court. I said, Your Honor, we haven't even established status before we even get to this adjudication. I'm like, you know, let the record reflect that I'm a state citizen in no way, shape, or form, and I'm a United States citizen. And I also went on and told the judge, you know, after I put everything on the record, he told me that public defender was going to be my lawyer. And I said, objection, Your Honor, for the record, he's not representing me. Then he said, overruled. And I said, Your Honor, for the record, how are you continuing this proceeding? Are you operating under Article 1, a legislative tribunal, or are you operating under Article 3, a constitutional common law court? And after that, the guard just said, hey, come on, brother, let's go. Took me back to the cell and locked the gate. Okay. And so basically, the police who written the affidavit, right? The arrest affidavit, when they were saying what they seen on the scene, they had body cameras and everything, and they showed the serial numbers to my gun. What's so crazy is I'm a convicted felon. This is gonna conflict with the whole case. How the hell was he able to pass a federal and a state background check if I was a convicted felon?
Exactly.
Passport. You feel me? And so on my court records, when you actually search me up, I never took a plea. That's not even on my record, on my files. And also, they never even gave me a court date. They actually know what's going on because I'm so damaged right now. I didn't even write an explanatory letter to the judge explaining my case even more thoroughly, or I haven't even put in any motions. Really, I'm not even putting in any motions because I'm not even surrendering to the jurisdiction. But I do think the judge need a better explanation of what's really going on, because he seemed more knowledgeable and he was respectful throughout the entire proceeding. So So basically, that's what I'm facing right now. And I'm a non-citizen national. I went the correct way in changing my passport. I got approved for a gun, so I know for a fact that it worked because. But I think by me amending that mailing address, it could have pulled me into their jurisdiction. It could have helped, but I don't know the full details of everything because he could have just overstepped. And I know they searched up my background and they was going to use that information to proceed.
Yeah.
To try to arrest me. Yeah.
So that's crazy. So basically, you used the passport. Well, you had the passport, but they ignored that and found something else.
Yeah, like
Basically,
your
what
record.
happened?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, yo, so all right. So what it's looking like to me is, um, if we got a situation where you got a passport and you had a license at one point, it seems like even if you see you turn your license in, right?
Say okay. Once I got the passport, they told me my license was suppressed. The first week I
Suppressed?
received my passport suppressed, meaning it's not active. I don't
Oh,
know
okay.
what. Yeah, they told me my license was suppressed. That's what they
Okay.
told me.
So you didn't actually physically turn it in, though.
No, I just threw it in the garbage can. That's it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
See, what I went ahead and did with mine, I'm wondering if that might have had something to do with it, because what I went ahead and did with mine, I went ahead and just mailed it back along with an explanation letter, and I sent the American nationality master, the one that the Bad Wolf was talking about. I just
yeah.
literally did it yesterday, so it's hard to say. You said the audio's messed up?
No, I can hear you.
No, they said, this, hold on.
Oh,
Is it both of us or just him?
I can hear it perfectly. I don't really
Yeah, I
know.
can hear you too perfect. It's weird.
Uh, can y'all hear right now?
Oh, can y'all hear us? Hold on, I want to. We gotta get this straight. Hold on. It's scratchy on his end. It's me or so it's just mine. All right. Hold on a sec. Give me a second.
All right.
Meanwhile, if y'all want to ask us some questions or whatever about what's going on, you can go ahead and do so. Let me.
Yeah, they can ask anything. How exactly does the passport wipe your criminal history? Now, the passport removes your name and social from all government and tax systems, but that doesn't mean that the police cannot search your old information up, like old driver's license, old state IDs, and try to link that with your criminal past. And I think by me having the 3 stars, it gave them more leverage because it didn't display my exact status to the police officer. It didn't say he was a state citizen, you can't touch him. Or it just, bad. Just having the 3 stars, it just pop up is restricted. And that's not giving the police any information on you because they don't know if I was able to bear arms or nothing because, they're part of the trust as well. They don't really know what's going on. So I really didn't blame the officers. It was just a miscommunication between the powers, pretty
That's
much.
what I was going to say. It seems to me like, yo, because like this is what happened to me. The first encounter I had with police, my status corrected, was when I
Yeah.
got pulled over. I got pulled over once after that, and the transaction took like 3 minutes. So I don't know if it's a situation where after the police officer runs your information, because they can put notes attached to your file if they have a run-in with you or something like that. They might have a note, this person's real sporadic, or he's real loud, or he's aggressive. Approach with caution. Like these are probably notes they can put in their little police scanners or their little computers and stuff.
Yep.
Oh yeah, hold on. We still got problems with this. Hold on. The audio is messed up mainly when A6 is talking because the other guy isn't listening through headphones. He's listening through the speakers of his computer. It's echoing through his mic. Ah, okay. You got headphones, brother?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, what? What they said they can't hear us?
Yeah, they said the problem is when I'm talking, it's echoing through your computer and it's feeding back into your microphone. That's what the dude's saying.
Damn. Okay.
I don't know if that's true.
Let me see our AirPods real quick. Let me see. They charged up? Let me see. Turn off your Bluetooth real quick. All right, let me see real quick. Hold on.
All right, cool. While he getting that straight. All right, so how do you get the national? So that national's passport. How do I get my hands on it? Check the finest thing walking. It's a dude on YouTube. Subscribe, follow my man's, and he's got something called State Citizen Passport, and you can follow. You can pretty much follow that joint right there to show you how to do it. So there you go. DS11. Yeah, you got it, Yosef. DS11. Have you been denied from anything for having that passport? No, I haven't. Interestingly enough, I was telling people I don't see a bad side to having it really. Like you're literally claiming your birthright back to being a foreign national, American national state citizen. I mean, this is how we were supposed to be born before the United States Corporation took over. This is what we were doing, you know. This is how we were moving pretty much. Except we didn't need passports because, you know, there was no corporation or no military jurisdiction. You got to understand the United States jurisdiction or the United States corporation is basically like a military, so it's pretty much a force in itself. You know, it's a military jurisdiction. We're being occupied by a military jurisdiction, and the police officers are basically the military. They're policy enforcers, constables on patrol, COP. Yep, you can print it out from home. Yep, or you can. Hey, if you laser, your printer's broken, you can actually stop past the the post office and you can just grab a bunch of them. Like you can, there's no limit on how many you can grab. You can just grab as many as you want. And this is kind of like that's one of their jobs is to provide you with forms like that. Because technically, us being the people, they work for us. So they're pretty much there for us when we need them. So there you have it. All right. How's the audio sound now? Is the audio good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How about y'all in the chat? Can y'all hear good? Let me know if y'all can hear. So we're just gonna continue. If anybody says something, we'll roll from there. Yeah. So basically, what I was telling people, I think what might be happening is when we get pulled over the first time, after we after we correct our status, they probably put a note, because they might call the he said the audio is better, we good to go. All right, so basically they probably call the Department of State because they have like a 24-hour line, and the Department of State probably confirms the status, and then they say, all right, well, they call that sergeant, like, okay, well, I just called the Department of State and they said that this checks out, so what do I do now? The sergeant's like, well, hold on, let me refer to this manual. So meanwhile, we sitting there looking stupid while they doing all this shit on the computer. And he's like, all right, so put this in the next to the the file or whatever like that. And they put that shit in, and that's probably how it goes. But from what I'm understanding from the process, they're supposed to do that anyway on their end. But the problem is nobody's talking to each other. These places, they're so used to not having to do this. The people who used to do it or whatever, they done retired, they long gone, and now they got some guys that was rookies when they came in. Now they veterans, but they never had to do it, because nobody knows about it.
Damn.
That's what I believe anyway. So you basically went through that whole process. So there you have it. So if you are a foreign national, American national state citizen, you do have the ability to purchase a bare arms. Basically, you can go to a shop and buy one using your passport. Now, I also talked to him about. He says he's from Florida. Florida has completely different rules when it comes to the Second Amendment. If you're going to purchase with bare arms in Florida, you have to basically just present ID. Now, here in Maryland, it's a little different. You got to actually apply for a HQL, a handgun qualification license, to even be able to buy one. You got to take a class. It's a 2-day class you got to take. The class is like, I think, 11 hours long or some craziness like that. It's a Saturday, Sunday class. You apply for it after that. You got to basically email the police, and they have to email you back, and then you get your HQL in like 2-3 months. It's stupid. It's really stupid. It's completely backwards. So like, I'm wondering if it's a situation where you can even get one from a gun shop here, because they so used to having you do all this, that, and the third, and having to basically ask the police for your right. It's completely yeah. And don't get me started on the license to carry here. It's retarded. License to carry, it's almost the exact same class, but you got to do a completely different set of fingerprints. You got to do I think a 5-shot target practice or something like that. Like you got to pass a 5-shot test from I think 20 yard range or something. Like it's not too far. And then you got to do of course a background check. You got to already have an HQL. You got to pay for a class, and then you got a better chance of getting your carry if you let the people at the range do it, because they have a certain way where they know to put in certain buzzwords to allow you to get that permit, and you have a higher chance of getting it if you own a business. If you're just a regular grandma that has to wait on a bus stop to go to work at 2:00 in the morning for whatever reason just to make ends meet, they basically tell you can't have a firearm to protect yourself. So there you go.
That's crazy.
Maryland is bad. Maryland's messed up, yo. They're supposed to be trying to fight to get that change, but doesn't look like that's happening, man.
Dang. What about any private dealers? Are there any private dealers out there in Maryland?
And the thing about here's the thing about Maryland. They also have a law here where you can't even sell, or they have a categorized between regulated and non-regulated firearms. So they consider a firearm that's a handgun or pretty much, a small one you could fit in your pocket or something like that, or even one you can carry on your hip. They consider that a regulated firearm. So regulated firearms are basically you can't sell or buy a regulated firearm as a U.S. citizen. Pretty much, they don't specify U.S. citizen, but they basically say you can't buy or sell a firearm that's regulated here in Maryland. It has to be done through a authorized local dealer. So if you go to, let's say I go to Texas and I want to buy a pistol and I got to present a driver's license. They say, all right, well, you can buy it, but you pay for it now. We'll send it all the way to your gun dealer of your choice in Maryland, and you have to pick it up from there. You can't get it from us right now. So you have to pay for it, and then you have to go back to where you live in Maryland to take it from the dealer. They can't just flat out sell it to you. It's retarded.
So everything, like, you can't do no private sales. That's what you basically saying. You got to buy everything from a federal licensed dealer.
Regulated firearms you do here in Maryland. Yeah. It's the handguns you have to buy from the dealership. You can't buy it from like somebody at a gun shop. A gun show. Now here's the thing: AR-15s, shotguns, and all this other shit you can actually buy from wherever. It doesn't matter. If I wanted to sell my next door neighbor an AR-15 or whatever I might have, and they can buy it right from me tomorrow with no problem.
Damn.
Yeah. Maryland's crazy. But this just goes these laws and stuff like that, man. And I can kind of see why some of them are put into place. But it seems like more to me, and I don't like to get on a political debate because honestly, both sides are trash. But from what I'm seeing, and this is just calling out what I see in front of me, a lot of places that are run by Democrats have these stupid ass laws, but they still have the highest gun violence rate, So you got people that just want to go to work and just want to move around and travel and be peaceful. You got these people that are basically being told you can't have a firearm. Meanwhile, the guys down there shooting each other don't give a shit about your laws. They're gonna get a firearm regardless.
But most of these laws are legislative acts. Most of them ain't really got nothing to do with the Constitution. They dealing with commerce. That's what everything operating off of. They conducting commerce.
Exactly.
But that's the reason why statuses like this has to truly be enforced. But I wouldn't expect everybody in the world to understand this type of stuff. So just like the simple stuff, what we do, it should strictly be it's going to be a separation, because those people who know, those people who don't know will never find out the truth. And he said to get your birth certificate authenticated.
If your birth certificate, I heard that. I asked somebody that, about the authenticate your birth certificate to get yourself 4 or 5 stars. Yeah. Here's the thing. I did not authenticate my birth certificate, and I did not send in an explanatory statement, and I got 4 stars. So I know you said you have a better chance, but it's looking like somebody else has said they authenticated their birth certificate and they didn't get 5, they got 4. So it's weird, yo. I think it's a bloodline thing, yo. I really think it's a bloodline thing. Say it again.
What did he do? I'm just saying, to authenticate. What did he get a notary on it?
Yeah, so basically the way you do it is you can go through a company. It's easy to go through a company that does authentication services because it's supposed to be very hard to do by yourself. But basically you get your birth certificate with the upper and lowercase appellations of your name, and it has to have the original one with your mom and dad's signature. Of course, not the actual one they signed because that's just been sold to China for over like probably $20 million. So that's long gone. But they give you a copy of the original, and the copy is on bond paper, and they double seal it, so it's authentic basically. So when you get it, you basically have the original, one of the original copies. Then you send that out to a authentication service, and they can basically get it authenticated. Supposedly, I haven't done it, but I'm gonna do that pretty soon. When you get it back, it comes in like a gold wrapping. It's really nice. It comes with brass tacks to hold it together. It's supposed to be real, real nicely put together. Yeah, I'm definitely looking into that next. But they say you authenticate that birth certificate. That's the next step to enforcing sovereignty. You know what I mean?
Now, what about the whole bank account aspect? Like we see a lot of people want bank accounts and they ask for social security numbers and stuff like that. Do you think that the certificate of non-citizen national status is better if I get the certificate?
Well, from what I've seen, Bad Wolf is basically talking about getting the ITIN number. So an ITIN number
I
is
got
basically
denied. Tell
you
them
got
they
the
can
nine
cut that
for
out. I got denied for ITIN number,
really?
and I put my passport information in. The reason why, because even though you're not a U.S. citizen, they basically denied me because they said you are eligible for a social security number because you was born in these landmass. I just got denied. Actually, I got the paper right now. Let me see. Yeah. I don't got the paper, but yeah, I just got denied for one.
Did you fill it out as a non-resident alien?
Yeah, I
And they
checked
said
out
you denied
non-resident
because you were
alien
born where?
because I was born in the United States. Just the landmass. They compare like the landmass is like you being from here. Even if you got the a passport from the United States, or if you say you was born in Illinois, they still would consider that you are eligible for a social security number. But they'll deny you for the EIN number because I applied through the website for the EIN and that didn't go through. So I was wondering, like, do the Department of State remove your social security number? But they don't because I don't know. It's confusing though.
So hold on. So I'm talking about the ITIN number. Did you try
Yeah,
that?
yeah. I tried the I-10 number. The I-10
Okay.
number, they told me I wasn't eligible for it because
Okay.
we eligible for a social security number. That's why.
And then you tried for the EIN, and what happened?
I got denied. If you go on the website and try to fill it out through the IRS website and you try to get the EIN, you're going to get denied. They're going to say you ineligible to receive an EIN number. You will have to send it in through fax, and they can issue you a EIN number. So this right here, they asking me to send this back through a fax so they can issue me the EIN, and I got this without a social. So if you want to deal with like banking purposes, you want to get an apartment and stuff like that, you can use your EIN number that's registered under your name.
Interesting. So you can't do it online. It's better than just sending it physically.
Yeah, you can't do it online. You're gonna get denied. If you're a non-citizen national, you're gonna get it on. Yeah, you're gonna get it like that. And the Department of State.
You know what's interesting though, but to be honest with you, I think they create this whole entire artificial world because they know what's going on, and they know you're not going to be able to do it on a computer. They want to create this whole artificial world so it's harder to do. But like, they can't never really alleviate the actual paper copies because that would be, I said that would be flat out immoral to just leave somebody in that position. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but under Article 1, the contract clause, they got the right to make contracts. So everybody keep accepting these Federal Reserve notes and not realizing these is contracts, or if we living in a artificial judicial system, it's all a part of their contract. Like the licenses, the taxes that we pay, like stuff like that is all in agreement with their contract. And they can constantly push legislation. That's why every month they coming out with a new bill or they say a new law. But in the Constitution, it says once constitutional rights being enforced, there can be no rule making or legislation.
Yeah.
So a lot of this stuff really conflict with the common law. That's the whole purpose of these courts and how they proceed.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right, man. Well studied. AAMVA and Ferrari CEO, make sure they take your license account out of the system in the law enforcement region you are in. Look it up. You gotta break that down, bro. That's interesting. Please break that down. Break that down, man.
Make sure. Let me read this real quick.
And Ferrero. Arlington, Virginia. I make my own COLB. Are you sure everybody's COLB is? Yeah, dude. I'm almost. If you can get your hands on your original birth certificate, like the actual one with the ink your mom signed, you're a special breed because them shits. That's what stocks and bonds get sold for, bro. Like literally, like when you buying stocks and bonds on the market, what do you think you buying? You buying, people's birth certificates. You buying like goddamn titles and shit. You buying all that stuff, man.
Dang, that's crazy. So, how many times have you been pulled over since? Only 3 times?
I've been pulled over twice, actually. The first one I posted on my page was a dude I know who got posted. He's the one who put me on this information. So he's the first one that's on there. I got pulled over on the second video. And that's when the one, you probably saw that, the one that was 23 minutes long. That was my first stop. So I decided what boundaries I would set up front, which ones I wasn't willing to go past. And then I learned a lot from that stop, too. What I basically learned is that you're supposed to basically just say, you give me an order or is that a request? Because if you're giving me an order, I'll comply, under duress, basically. But if it's just a request, then I'll say no, I'll decline, whatever. So that's what I learned from that one. And then the third one, like that's the thing about it. I said the third one was a breeze. Here's what happened, I literally was looking for somewhere to take a piss at because I just had a drink, whatever. I'm headed home. I got a 45-minute drive. I'm like, I ain't gonna make it 45 minutes. I gotta find somewhere to take a piss at. So I go look for somewhere to piss, and you heard the whole story. Cops behind me. The cops around here in the East Coast. I don't know how it is where you live. They pop out like Spider-Man, dude. Like they just drop out the ceiling almost when you try to find somewhere to take a piss. But then that's when that happened. It took me a total of 3 minutes. So I think my status was probably updated in that system at that point. I haven't been stopped since though, man. I've been riding around with private tags. I don't have the tags I had bought on eBay anymore as per the first stop. And I had cops get behind me like 3 times, and nobody even pulled me over for real. So,
wow, that's
maybe
crazy.
they put on that this guy uses a traveler tag and he drives in this car, don't mess with him. He cruises in this car, don't mess with him. No.
And it's another thing that I want to mention about everybody being in compliance with this contract stuff. Even if you're dealing with like a private tag and everything like that, say if you bought a car that you own and you just signed an affidavit, but you never switched over the title, you never registered or anything like that. If it goes to the tow yard and you don't have the title in your name, or if you don't have the registration, they won't release the car to you.
Yeah,
that's another thing because I lost my bike due to that, and I'm trying to fight to get it back. So I'm having my supplier send me over a title and everything. But if you don't have a title, or if you don't have a registration, they're not going to release the car to you. And I think it's pros and cons to this because by what we know about this whole situation, it opened up the opportunity for a lot of lawsuits.
Oh, yeah.
Opportunities for a lot of lawsuits. Go to an Article 3 court and file your suit, whether it's federal or state or whatever. But I'd rather prefer everybody file it through a federal court and basically put it out as far as that, because I'm putting a lawsuit in.
Yeah.
For violation of my constitutional rights.
Definitely. If they steal your car, that's a violation of the 4th Amendment, actually.
Yeah, so I'm not necessarily
process. You can't just pull somebody's stuff. You gotta give them due process for that.
Yeah, so we're just going through this, day after day. But whole time, I think this case over with. I don't even think this is a case.
Yeah.
They haven't even gave me a court date, nothing. I don't even know what's going on right now.
How long ago did it happen?
Like a week ago.
A week ago? Okay.
No, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you would have got a court case by now. They probably would have sent you something in the mail 3 days.
Yeah, no, they didn't update it. They didn't give me a court date or nothing. It's just really because of challenging the jurisdiction. Like I also it was more deeper than that because I might actually post the transcripts, the audio transcripts on my YouTube page once they come in. But that's another important thing for us U.S. nationals because the passport card is a good foundation, but we need to learn how to argue ourselves in those situations or how to understand the depth and the credit of the situation.
Yeah, that's true. You gotta know how to defend yourself, of course. So my man, Knowledge Bro Media, I just talked to him before I got on the stream. That's why I was a little late. My man's talking about the American National Consulate. I talked to him about starting up a consulate. So he has a number here. Actually, they started status correction, trust establishment, and more. So basically, they trying to set up this, get everybody put together as nationals, pretty much. And the dude says they have a lot. They have some land too allotted. So it's interesting stuff, man. Very interesting indeed.
Damn. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. It's easy as tough to do yourself. All you do is send your certified birth certificate, secure your state with $10, then send the one you get back to you. State with $8. Okay.
What about the way that they used to fill out the application, like when we used to didn't have to put the social security number in or and stuff like that? Like whatever happened to that?
Which we were talking about
the passports. I mean, or the one that you can actually scratch off that we was a state citizen. Because I was actually doing a research on the old DS11 form so I could print them out. So if I actually go submit it, I'm gonna have everything that I need. Pretty much, like it's one option that can say U.S. citizen, not a U.S. citizen. It's the other one that says state citizen. A long time ago.
Oh, they
The old,
changed those, man. They changed those bad boys too. I
yeah,
heard about the state citizen, Joe. I heard they got rid of that though.
yeah. I was looking for that one that says state citizen. So
Yeah.
they had took that off a while back.
Oh, they changed that, man. People started figuring out what was going on. For they probably looked up state citizen and realized, oh shit, I want to be a state citizen. Yeah, I don't want to be no U.S. You feel me? Who the hell wants to be a U.S. citizen at the end of the day? You know what's going on. Where are the passport stars located? They're located right underneath where it says United States of America passport card, I believe. There should be a number of stars. If you don't have any stars, you're a U.S. citizen. If you got 1 star, you're a U.S. citizen. If you got 2 stars, you're a U.S. citizen.
But
If you
I
got
met a
3
U.S.
stars,
citizen with 4 stars.
say it again.
I met a U.S. citizen with 4 stars.
Really?
So that's what I'm trying to like break this down because I seen few people with 4 stars and they was U.S. citizens. And I know he was a U.S. citizen. He told me he filled out the passport as a U.S. citizen and he got 4 stars.
Huh.
And they've been changing. It's really about the information. A lot of times they said the asterisks don't matter. Another minute they said the asterisks do matter. But I found a U.S. citizen with 4 stars, and when they pulled him up, he was a U.S. citizen. My cousin just got arrested. He did the process of a non-citizen national. He got 4 stars, and they put him back to U.S. citizenship. He checked out that he wasn't a U.S. citizen, but without prejudice. He put the mailing address in care of, and he put his permanent address as rural free delivery, did the entire process, and now he is at a U.S. citizen.
How did they put it? Hold on. So how did they prove he was a U.S. citizen?
Because the thing about the Department of State, you have the experienced people and the unexperienced people. A lot of times the unexperienced people go off of the basically the information, and when they search you up and they see you got a driver's license, because they can see that driver's license, state ID, and they see a birth certificate, they automatically assume that you're a U.S. citizen. The only reason why I was fortunate enough to receive that passport card is because most of the time when you put in an affidavit and they don't really understand it, they're going to send it to the higher ups. So it's better if your application like be in front of a manager or a consulate or like, something like that. If it's in front of like a normal person who just graduate high school and she just, worked for the Department of State, they don't know anything about this. And my cousin filled out the entire passport accurate, and they sent him the card in the book. And once he got arrested, they had all of his information, all of it, and he was a U.S. citizen. And I asked him to apply for the EIN number. It went through. Everything went through. So I knew that the Department of State never upgraded his information.
Oh, okay. So you think they changed it afterwards then?
No, they never changed his information. It was always a U.S. citizen, even though he filled it out as a non-citizen national. They still had him under U.S. citizenship. That's why I said there's been a lot of fraud that's going on in the Department of State situation. So that's why a lot of people who I teach about this passport issue, I just want to make sure that they actually know what they up against and what to do and how to fill out these forms. Because if they send you a form under a status that's different from what you fill out for, like you can go out there and get in trouble. Because I remember one time he fighting a case for 945 for a gun case, and he just had a gun on him a couple days ago because I told him everything was good. You fill out the passport form, you outside of their jurisdiction. Have it would have been, he would have got pulled out the car and arrested, he would have been fighting another gun case because they actually stopped him while he had the gun on him. but he never admitted that he had a gun on him. But I'm just saying, like, the stop could have went left. He could have got out the car. They could have searched him. They would have found another gun, and he would have been in jail right now.
Yeah. So how do you how did he check his status himself? What did he?
The way you check your status, I'm not gonna lie. All you gotta do is go on the IRS website and apply for an EIN. If you get denied, you a U.S. national. If you get approved, you a U.S. citizen. Because when they upgrade your status to state citizenship, they pretty much try to eliminate you from the benefits, like the easy accessible benefits. So you got to do everything like a foreigner. So like when like Chinese people, Korean people come here, when they get an EIN number, a lot of them have to fill out the EIN form and they have to send it off to the IRS, and other people from other countries have to send it off because they don't have the social security number. But since we got the social security number and we established here in America, they make it accessible that you can get it the same day. You just fill it out, put your information through. So the Department of State will upgrade your information. Have you ever tried to get an EIN number?
No, actually I didn't try one after. I was gonna try to get the ITIN number though. But
Yeah.
I had an EIN number beforehand though.
Yeah. Try to get an EIN number tomorrow. Just apply for it. Put your information through and put your social security number. If it goes through, if it goes through, you a U.S. citizen. If it don't go through, if it say we are unable to give you an EIN number at the time, that means you a U.S. national.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
Anyone with an SSN number can get an EIN number. No, they like you a U.S. national. They not going to approve it.
Stars don't mean shit. Yeah, stars gotta mean something, yo. I refuse to believe a corporation is wasting ink every year on stars. I can't believe that all the way.
I don't know.
The passport logo, yep. I have 3 stars on my passport card.
I have 3 stars on my passport.
No, I don't. It used to show it in the book, but I think when they started making the cards, they decided to pull it out of the book.
Oh.
That's why I say that if it didn't mean nothing, they would have left it on the book too, though.
Probably, but even in the use of L video, when he said when you don't apply for an EIN number on the website because you will be denied because the Department of State removed your social security number. Because everybody who went through the process with me, my wife, all of us, when we applied for the state citizenship passport, we applied for EIN. All of us got denied. My homie, who was he put his information as a U.S. national, but they gave him U.S. citizenship. He applied for the EIN number. It went straight through. Even if you got a social security number.
You don't have no plans of correcting the status, reapplying?
Find me a national who get denied for EIN to have a social security number. Me, I just applied for it. I actually can upload it. I'm gonna actually upload it. Probably shit. I don't know how you can upload it.
Social security number can get an EIN.
Yeah, now they say it's ineligible. You got to go at it from. You got to fill out the application form and basically send it in to them. But you don't put your social security number. You skip over the social security number part, put your address and everything, and you can send it to the IRS, and the IRS will send you back an EIN number. Once you go through the website, they're not going to let you get an EIN number. I tried that plenty of times. And everybody I know who I was teaching under that, they tried it. It did not go through. They said we are unable to give you an EIN number at that time.
Video showing what they mean. Yo, you ever heard that cat James C. Lovett on YouTube?
You said what?
James C. Lovett on YouTube.
Yeah, I follow up with him.
Yeah, dude's pretty sharp, man. He talked about the ITIN. He said he actually got an ITIN, and he was able to. I think he said he was able to help his friend get an EIN, if I'm not mistaken.
If you send it in, you can get the EIN number if you send it in. The ITIN number I send man in through the paperwork, but I put down my for formal identification. I put down the passport information, and as soon as I sent it to them, they say you are eligible to receive a social security number. That's why they denied me.
Denied for EIN. You can get an EIN number online from the IRS and stuff like that. Did you do it within business hours? IRS won't give EIN business hours.
Yeah, that's why I did it. I did it between 8 and 8 in the morning and 8:30 at night. That's their business hours most of the time. And I did it at 12 o'clock. It's been a time I did it at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and it was because actually after their business hours, they wouldn't even allow you to even fill out the application because they're gonna say their website is down, and then you're gonna have to wait to that business day, and they're gonna ask you your first name, last name. They're gonna ask you your date of birth, your social security number. And after you put your social security number in, you won't even be able to proceed to the next line because they're going to say you are ineligible to receive the EIN number. I have an EIN number, but I got that through my old information. And if I want a new EIN number, I have to send all the information in like I just did.
I don't think you can get rid of your
my
social security number, yo. I don't think you can do it. I think you can turn in your card, but I don't think you can get rid of it though. Because from what I had researched up pretty much, even if you turn your social security number card in, they ended up just keeping the card or whatever. But like the account has to remain active for like 7 years for debits or credits. If it's not active in 7 years, you could only use it to discharge debt. That's what I had read. And I don't think they ever delete the SSN. It's like that's their goal right there. That's how they keep you plugged in as a debtor. They try to anyway. I didn't have trouble getting one. Are we talking about the EIN, William? Or are you talking about the ITIN? Which one? Gotta break that down, bruh. It's good information, man. So those of you who missed it, my man broke down he just broke down the ITIN and he just broke down the EIN. My man's experience at this. He's been sound like he's been doing it for a minute. And he's been doing a lot of case law. He's been studying the Constitution, and the dude's pretty sharp. So, subscribe to my man here. Jump on his channel, give him some love. Would y'all recommend getting an EIN before starting this process?
Yeah, please do because you.
I had one already. Yeah, I already had one. So
for all of y'all who are U.S. national, if you're a U.S. national, matter of fact, tomorrow's Friday. So go on the IRS website and apply for an EIN at their normal business hours. If you really a national, you got your status changed, you're gonna get denied. And then we can pick this back up again, and then you can just tell us like what happened and everything, because that's a lot of information. That's what even Yusavelle said in this video. And I don't know. I think they remove your social or something. Something happened. You can't get an EIN number or you can't get an ITIN. I tried to get an ITIN, but I probably did it the wrong way with the ITIN. But I know for a fact you can't go on the website to get the EIN number. Yeah. I don't know.
You can fight for it.
You can fight for privileges.
Permission from a foreign nation or go to your own. Well, all your rights are guaranteed by contract and trust.
Yeah.
Yep, the consulate. Yep, he right, man. He making a good point, man. He's like, we basically like go through the U.S. corporation pretty much has us prisoner and has us locked under all these military patrols pretty much running through and locking us in jail for constitutional rights. But, if we go ahead and can put together our own consulate, we can set up our own stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the guy with the do-rag YouTube channel? Go ahead and plug that, man.
Oh, Taquan Williams. That's all. TAQUANE. Last name Williams. WILLIAMS. Taquan Williams. And hold on, am I linked to this whole chat or what?
Yeah, I believe so. You should be good.
I think I should be linked to the chat or something.
Yeah, you should be good, man. Drop that in there. And go ahead and subscribe to my man Finest Thing Walking to FINESTTHANGWALKIN. Yusavelle got rid of his SSN. Yo, Yusavelle said he called the IRS and basically told him he wanted to get rid of his SSN. They told him to stop using it. That's what he said. He said they told him to stop using it. And then he basically said he stopped using it for 7 years. And after 7 years, it basically becomes unable to take any more debits, but you can still discharge debt with it. That's what he said. Anyway, I've never discharged debt.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, for real.
I won about a year ago. I was already a state nationalist at 4 stars. Okay, bet. I have to update my SS5 form for Social Security office. I'm also a secure party creditor. Yeah, that's what's up. That secure party creditor stuff is dope. Yeah, the passport has value. You have to claim it in for it to be yours. What you mean? Break that down, Lee. If you're gonna put something like that in the chat, you gotta break that down. That's gold. You gotta break that down, man. Oh, Finest, you want to jump in, man? You can jump in this joint. If you want to hit the link, bro, you can jump in. I know you probably got more questions. You mentioned something about Yusufel.
Yeah. No, I be catching up with Yusufel. I be talking to him time from time.
Oh yeah. Hey, he seemed like a cool guy. You know they shut him down on YouTube, right?
You said what? Oh, they shut him down?
Yeah, they took him off, bro. They got him out of there. He started talking about the juice.
Who next? That's the whole thing. We got to keep, teaching our people, teaching everybody, about this message.
The value is 200. Hold up.
But the more you start learning about it, like it's really about the contract clause. It's really about private, like contracting. That's the main thing, like about contracting your sovereignty away. They use every legislative act to like remove our sovereignty, whether it be a new law, whether it be to this, that, like. These Pharaoh. What the value is 250.
Also as a U.S. citizen and U.S. national in the checkbox. Really? That's very interesting. I'm the guy. My man William. Yo, this is the guy that sent me the star definitions. Now we got conflicted information going on here. I got some people saying the stars don't mean nothing. I got some people saying they know for a fact that stars mean something. So all right, so let's put it like this. All right, so William, I guess it's on you. So why do you think the stars mean something? What are you supposing? Like, what evidence? Do you know somebody that got pulled over that got like given more shit that had 3 stars as opposed to somebody that got given more shit having 5 or 4? That's got to be something.
You talking to
William,
me? Or you talking to
William, the guy that just left the comment. He's saying that
yeah.
he sent me this it's like a definition, and it had like what each star means. So what he had, I covered this 2 videos ago. 1 and 2 basically means you're a U.S. citizen, basically. 3 means you are a national, but you're still a citizen, so you still are kind of a threat. And then 4 means you basically have do not detain. You have pretty much invulnerability to any laws and statutes, except for ones that create injured parties, basically. Loss of money, bodily harm, death, anything like that. Then you fall back under the jurisdiction. And he said 5 is basically full diplomatic immunity. Yeah, so that's what I got from him. So that's interesting. Came from FDW and smooth word. The stars definitely mean something. James C. Lovett YouTube channel just posted a video of this a couple days ago. I saw that video. I saw that. There are shadow organizations that hold your driver's license contract agreement. You have to let them know you canceled your license. Demand removal of account from the LE data. All right. So did you just post the address to them? Is that what you just posted? You posted this right here. Is that what that is? I mean, put us on the screen. That's what it is. Let it be known, bro. So we can all do that, AA. Okay, AA. He said AAMBA. All right, that's what he's talking about. We're going to look into that, man.
So they hold the contract or license. Okay.
Shadow government, basically.
America consulate.
You want to keep you in their jurisdiction by keeping your address and all that stuff. That's pretty much trying to keep you 1 foot in. You should be able to terminate that contract, though. Honestly, I would think you should be able to terminate that contract. Shit, if you got your name common law copyright, you can fuck around and sue them for whatever your common law copyright value is. If they keep that shit on file for real, I mean, if you make no overly fast, take that shit off, and they still got it on, you can grab you destroy that ass over there. I would believe.
Hey, bro, but I think this like okay, so once I got the passport, a lot of stuff started removing like off my file. Like I had a link card when I was a U.S. citizen, but after I changed my status, the link card people shut off my benefits, and it was like a lot of like weird stuff that they was doing. Like I wasn't eligible for a lot of benefits, so I was wondering like, is that a part of like changing the contract agreement?
I mean, if you asking my opinion, I would say yes. I
Yeah.
would also say I noticed a few things. I noticed I'm getting less robocalls, which is goddamn weird as hell. Like I'm getting like I used to get like 7 robocalls a day, and after I did the process, bro, I probably get about 1 or 2 maybe. It's way less. It's weird. It's like it pulled my number and all my information off of some shit they had. I don't know. I have no proof one way or another that was sent to me by a friend. He could not verify. Yeah. So I mean, it's speculation at this point, man. But I mean, I just can't believe a corporation who's in charge of watching out what is what and what's spent where is just wasting ink on making stars and is random. I would think if it's not a situation of how you filled the paperwork out, it's got to be a lineage situation because I believe that these passport people know what your lineage is by your last name, and they got records of all this shit basically, man. All this stuff is records. They got all this recorded somewhere, and I would be uh interested in looking to see if you could do a FOIA to request that information, what they may have on your lineage. Of course, but some shit you just ain't gonna get. Just like when they put out documents that have been declassified and half the goddamn good stuff in it is redacted. You got the black lines going through it. Like, yo, there was a craft that looked like a redacted from this location that redacted. It's like all the good shit is taken out of it. So if they want to hide it from you, they will. You can't make
Okay.
private. You're either in one or the other. The game is jurisdiction. They want to find any way to drag you in. Yeah, man. Yeah, jurisdiction's the name of the game. That's why with your kids, bro, you have kids, man. You got to make sure they know this shit. That way they don't never fill no shit like that out. They'll never no driver's license, none of that crap, because that shit is
Nah.
just basically to yank you in.
Yeah, that stuff pull you into their jurisdiction. Like when my son was born, I didn't give him a social security number or nothing. I got him
That's
a
dope.
birth certificate, but I'm gonna authenticate it, attach an affidavit of his status, and he about to get a passport as a non-citizen national. So
That's badass, yo. That's the true way to sovereignty right there, yo.
yeah,
They can't yank you in because they don't have shit. How can they get you in that jurisdiction? You
but
know?
it's many ways though. I'm gonna tell you why. Because a min to an address can pull you into their jurisdiction. Your bank and account route number, that is a form of how they try to pull you in their jurisdiction. People didn't even know, like it's a lot of things that the tactics that they use to pull you in their jurisdiction. Like the licenses, or you leased, like even leased an apartment, a condo. Like these people came up with so many creative tactics. It's crazy because they require a social security number for you to even get an apartment or a condo. Just depends on how you do the information. Like me, as far as like what I'm gonna do in the future is get a credit privacy number. I already have one, but I'm gonna use my credit privacy number for everything, so I can clearly like truly live in the private. And I'm not gonna none of that stuff gonna come back on me because the credit privacy number, it was secure your profile and your information. Now, a lot of people might have bad thoughts about it. Say, oh, is it legal? Yes, it is legal. A credit privacy number is not using anybody else's identification because it's a secondary social security number. But you don't use nobody literally social security number. You have to go to the social security number validator website. You have to find a number that's not nobody's social security number. You gotta establish that number, put a name on it, put an address with that social security number, build it up with the trade lines, put the primaries on there. And also I go through these people called Rental Karma. Rental Karma will report 2 years worth of credit history on your report. And you can use your CPN number as a credit privacy number, and you can operate banking with it. Like you want to get apartments with it, condos with it, and it also has your identity far as like your background, bankruptcies, and everything like that.
That's interesting, bro.
That's
Hey,
another thing about living in the private. You want to have everything in the private. Like these PPP loans that's going on. It's certain ways you got to get the PPP loan. Like I received one, you got to get it strictly through an EIN number. And the way you do that, you got to set up under your corporation, use your articles of incorporating, use your EIN number, and you can get one.
That's
Like
crazy. That's interesting.
strictly in the private.
Interesting stuff. So, what do you think about these stimulus checks? How you feel about those?
All slaves. You get one of them, no. They already pull you into their jurisdiction after that because in order to get one, you have to be on a list of people who file taxes. You can't get the stimulus check if you never filed taxes. So if you file taxes, you already know like the people who file taxes, that's not even, constitutional. But at the same time, like if you want to get money, like go ahead. I don't really think that mess with your rights by using the social security number. It's just like when you constantly contract with them, it's just like a lot of people lose like the understanding of public and private. That's
So
why.
let me ask you a theoretical question from somebody that would ask. Let's say you had somebody that was like from Africa or something like that that wasn't a U.S. citizen like officially, and let's say they came to the land and they got themselves a social security number and they was paying taxes. Do you think that they would be able to be let's say for some reason they wanted to deport them? Do you think they would still be able to deport them on grounds that they weren't a U.S. citizen?
Yeah, you can deport anybody like from overseas, but I'm gonna tell you the difference between them and us. The difference between people in Africa or any other place across the world, they have something called a customer identification program. Everybody got one. Chase have one, Bank of America have one, Amex have one. Just they passport card with that 9-digit number, they can open up anything like any storefront, get a loan, and operate in the private, and they can live their lives extremely separate. And they don't even have to deal with the Social Security Administration because they coming off as under the Foreign Act. They foreign. They are not a part of the United States. They have nothing to do with this jurisdiction. They not contracting in. They not getting a Social Security number or none of that. They just use strictly the passport number. And I tried to use that, but they changed the policies.
Of course.
Yeah. So I went to the bank. I told them I'm not a U.S. citizen. I said something that so they can understand. I just said I'm a Native American, just so that I won't confuse them. I'm not gonna say Timbuktu or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I just said a Native American. She said, "No, you from America. You will have to get, use your Social Security number under under the whole thing. So the customer identification program wouldn't work. It would, but you would have to really like battle it out. You would have to show the documents, show the proof. If they still don't leverage or trying to work a deal out, you have to report them. And once you report them, that's when they'll know like, all right, okay, let's give them this account. They're going to put your information in and process everything through. But by you having a passport, it remove your name and social from all the government and tax systems. So those people who got check systems or fraud on their name and they can't open up a bank account, once you receive the passport, they have to put that passport information down as your ID. So that ID can clear you for a lot of stuff, but you still will be using your Social Security number. If you don't want to use your Social Security number, you have to get an EIN. You have to take it the long route. You have to print out the form, the SS4 form, and you have to write it out, send it to the IRS, certified mail, or you can send it through fax. That's what I did. I sent it through fax. You send it through fax, and it takes 4 to 6 weeks for you to even receive the EIN back. And you can get the EIN strictly for banking purposes only. And once you get the EIN for banking purposes only, you can just use that EIN in the lieu of the Social Security number.
Yeah, I remember that part of the video. Yep. Information IRS proceed about the EIN. Yeah, that's dope. I'm gonna have to look into that too myself. The stars don't mean anything. Why would people have different amounts of? Yeah, that's what I said, yo. I said the same thing. The stars. I think that's still up in the air, man.
Yeah, but I got
What up, Velps?
Who got it though. I got a few people who U.S. citizens who have 4 stars, and they U.S. citizens.
That's wild.
So, what they a high ranking U.S. citizen? Like
that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, what?
like, oh,
public is a federal democracy, private
private
constitutional republic.
Who knows?
You'll find you're in law enforcement division 1. All right, I got you, bro. I'm gonna look into that. Radiant Clone. Yo, Radiant Clone. I think that's another group that doesn't get enough recognition. Radiant Clone, it has some great information. They did a lot
Radiant
of
Clone.
yeah, man. They're on YouTube, yo. It's a dude. I don't know if it's a dude or not, but it's a channel where it's like an android, like one of them I Am Robot androids is their avatar. And they used to do these interviews with Patrick Devine. And dude, they would go in for like 3-hour sessions and just ask this dude. This dude would just be spitting facts for 3 hours. The dude used to have a government ranking job of some sort, but he ended up, I think he retired or something like that, and he just started spilling the beans. And to this day, like I still think they took his ass out, honestly, yo, because he was talking some shit.
Damn.
So like I think they got rid of him, honestly. But they saying he passed away a few years ago, and when he passed away, his family was good because he left them a lot of security blankets, basically. Put it that way.
Was he
Yeah,
famous, like real famous, or what?
dude was in terms of this organization, I would say dude has a solid footing. We'll put it that way. I don't think it was like Jonah Bay level, but like to his credit, Jonah Bay does like a lot of like seminars and stuff like that. I don't think not sure Patrick Devine ever did any seminars. He may have, I don't know. My name is copyright. There you go.
Social security number is a guaranteed U.S. citizen. Is a guarantee.
I know I couldn't believe it when I hit the message box. What you mean, bro? Put them on notice and they were charged. I'm sure they use that information against you. Send her a fee schedule. There you go. Fee schedules, man. That's good information right there. So hold up. So that's another question. So if you had an LLC before you did the process, and like let's say you do the foreign national process and you get your passport, do you need to get rid of your LLC you had beforehand? Because that's not really using your social security number. That's a EIN of its own.
Actually, to even get an LLC, you don't even use your social security number to get an LLC, so you good. You can just keep it.
There you go. You don't got to dish your LLC, bro.
No, you don't got to dish that. You can keep it. Because I
take your LLC and put it in a foreign trust.
I use my LLC and my EIN to get loans. Like if you ever want to get any government loans or banking loans, I just use my LLC and my EIN number.
Yeah, that's when you get into the what is it, the Dunson Bradstreet.
Yeah,
you can start building. That's what you really want to do when you get to that level where you actually, you borrowing, goddamn hundreds of thousands of dollars in order to move around business wise. You get to do that. That's what you want to be at, really.
Mm-hmm. And if you want to build business credit, tell them after they get a Dunson Bradstreet number, go to Quill and Uline and sign up for free. And pretty much, it's like a billing cycle. So after you pay for after you order something, you're gonna get the product and you got like a month to pay it back so they can report it on your credit. Mm-hmm. And they can report 4 times a month and they report every Monday. So you can get 4 different times they can report for you and they can help your business credit. The paydex score is 0 to 100. So between that is gonna be like a perfect paydex score. So if you get like a 70, 80, 90 paydex score, that's a perfect. That's almost like a perfect paydex score. And you can go to any bank and apply for a loan.
Right.
Yeah.
Easy work. Write offs, all that good shit. That's the dopeness right there. The benefits of our the benefits are what? I hate when you benefits are a part of the contract. Your freedoms, if you want freedom, earn it. Get knowledge and live off the land. There you go. I love chat.
Yeah. But benefits and privilege only stand for the social. Like the benefits, your corporation can take as many benefits as they want because that is the corporation. Mm-hmm. That's when we talk about the public and the private law. When a person have, a corporation, he operating under artificial capacity using that corporation, that straw man. Like me, I have a business bank account. I have a corporation, the EIN, all this stuff is linked in that artificial capacity. I don't even operate really using a social security number no more. I'm just trying to separate entirely from it. So my bank info is my business, my corporation is my business, even my loans is my business. Everything going to the business, not going to me. So TW Online Selling made the money. TW Online Selling got the loan.
Yeah.
That's
own nothing, control everything, right?
Yeah. Own nothing, control everything.
There you go. He says, my ancestor was a gunsmith during the Civil War. He was scalped by Indians. Yo, how do you know that? Like, I know there wasn't a video of it. Like, yo, it had to be like somebody wrote something in somewhere and it was passed down. That's crazy. Get a certified copy of passport after State Department law. Actually, if it's with an injunction, notice of status. If they send you the ad, they sealed the deal. Injunction. I keep hearing about this injunction. That shit must be fire, y'all.
I heard about that. Damn.
Yo, said I'm about to get this stimmy to change my status. Hey, yo, that's hilarious, man. I ain't mad at you, Joe. I ain't mad at you, man. Do your thing. If you're not a secure party creditor, you are a creditor. Not if you're a secure party creditor, you're a creditor to birth of yourself. Yep. If someone hasn't started yet, do you tackle the birth certificate first? I know people that are want to get their stuff authenticated before they start the process, but I didn't. So there you go. None of us are U.S. citizens. Yeah, that's correct. But like the thing about it is, a lot of us are acting as U.S. citizens. You know what I mean? So to be helpful to learn some of these things. Yeah, it's a bunch of books out there. Like I would recommend. Hold on, let me put that up there. I recommend Creditors in Their Bonds. That's a good one. I recommend Invisible Contracts that you can start there. And shit, I would even say Behold the Pale Horse. You can start there too. Social Security is guaranteed.
That's crazy.
Yes.
All right, man. That's all.
Yeah, I think that's it. I'm just going through the comments now, bro. If you can slide if you need.
All right, bro, man. Good talking to you, man. We can kick this back up one day, man. Just tired.
Of course,
right
you got it. I gotta finish answering these comments, so a lot of people got questions. All right, big man. I'll holler at you.
All right, cool. All right, bro.
All right, peace.
Yep.
That was my man. He was doing a pretty good job answering questions. Yo, he has a lot of knowledge. So this is what happens when we get together. No disrespect, but people are going to kick themselves when they find the real remedy. Can't put it on here, but I consult. Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up, yo. I got you, man. And Vaughn Ritz has a bunch of affidavits you can print out as if you were recorded on the free corporation. Okay. Retired Supreme Court judge from Alaska. Man, it's so much information, yo. It's overkill. I'm the creditor of the straw man passed down. The unemployment application, the U.S. National Message Box. Yes, sir. You have to take your birthday certificate. I assume you mean birth certificate. Right verbiage. Wait, what? Your birthday certificate, right verbiage on this accepted for value. Yeah, okay. And then send it to Security of State Form 56. Bet. I'll be right back, y'all. Give me 1 sec. Yo. All right. My man. Allergic to something in here. But yeah, man. So this was a good conversation. A lot of knowledge was passed along. A lot of learning was done. Nice. Only fight we're even allowed to fight in the Sea of Irony. That's crazy, man. But yo, so yeah, we had a conversation about restoring a republic. You saw the dude posting here, Knowledge Tree. He was posting about basically, free church press. He was dropping some good information. But yeah, Knowledge Tree is basically Knowledge World Media, not Knowledge Tree, Knowledge World Media. There he goes right there. So me and Finest Thing Walking, we actually jumped in the chat with my man, and Yosef also was in the chat too, and we pretty much had the conversation, and we trying to go ahead and get that moving. So he's saying that he's won a lot of cases and stuff like that, and he's had a lot of success with this. So we're interested in seeing what he had to say, and I definitely wanted to hear him out. So we need to get some signatures on this document. He's supposed to be emailing me. I think they said they need 1,000 signatures to start their own consulate for American nationals, which we have a number and all that stuff, which we can call if anything happens. Find us if you want to jump in here for a minute. We can talk it up a little bit, get this moving. We can do that. I'll probably be on here for a little bit longer so I can get off and get some rest. I'm tired as hell. Had a long ass day. Peacefully, I saw that. I don't know if he calls in, then yeah, we will do that. But yeah, I pretty much think that's it. So as far as the Second Amendment goes, I think where we can chalk that up to is you're gonna have to fight for your right to bear arms as an American national without asking the government permission to exercise your right. So if you get jammed up in a situation, before you do so, if you decide to do that, I'm not telling anybody to do anything, but if you do decide to go that route with it, please make sure that you know how to fight that shit in court, because you do not want to get caught out there with your ass out. Make sure you study that court. Make sure you read books on how to survive in court. I think there is actually a book called How to Survive in Court too. And then make sure you know how to handle yourself, because you don't want to get caught out there, man. That's the worst thing. That's pretty much it. Look up the Dick Act. Okay. All right. So yeah, there you go. So that's where we at, man. And I think we can wrap it up for the day, as a matter of fact. So you already know what time it is, what rhyme it is. It's 86, the Foreign National, Born Natural. I will holler at y'all on the next go round. Peace out. Good talking to y'all.